The speaker has learned that the appeal in the SEC v. Ripple case led to a settlement between the Securities and Exchange Commission and Ripple. This unexpected turn of events didn't come as a surprise since the problem has been fixed. Actually, the answer is yes. A man who used to work as a lawyer for the Securities and Exchange Commission said that the SEC has a very small chance of winning this case. He believes that even if they win, it is very unlikely that they will. From the beginning of time, appeals have had a 10% chance of overturning a ruling, no matter what the facts of each case were. Based on the facts of this case, Judge Torres's actions were perfect, and the SEC's efforts to change them would not work. The person speaking has no experience with money, so they can't give help on it. Simply put, they are a crypto fanatic who likes making YouTube videos about different crypto-related themes as a hobby. The person talking makes it clear that they have no experience in the financial world and do not give financial advice. Simply put, they are a crypto fanatic who enjoys making fun videos on YouTube about different crypto-related subjects. An attorney for the SEC said that they want to appeal Judge Torres' decision, but they can still try to make a deal with Ripple before filing an official appeal. In the XRP community, this information has been brought up while people are talking about the current legal battle between Ripple and the SEC. It's possible that this will lead to the cancellation of the appeal deals, which often happens in court cases where both sides want to settle quickly. Legal expert Bill Morgan, who is part of the XRP group, also wrote about the possibility of a settlement in a different post. From what he said, it sounds like the SEC and Ripple could have ended their lawsuit at any time. But since Judge Torres has already made a decision about the whole case, there is no way to settle right now. Lawyer Morgan's answer says that an appeal can bring up many issues, such as the order and institutional sales, which can be settled by the parties themselves. One of the most important things the SEC will not argue about is the standing of XRP. As of now, it has been decided that XRP is not a security. The SCAC may file an appeal, but it will not affect the deals that Ripple and other players are making on the secondary market. There is a change that will only affect Ripple. When word got out about the SCAC's decision, the market dropped by 5, which was another sign that the market was going down. XRP prices started going down, though, and stayed that way for a few days. This is good news for most people in the XRP community. The fact that most people know the SEC won't be able to create a surrender event like the one in 2020, when the price dropped by 80% in 1 week, is a good sign. In a different piece, Lawyer Morgan says that the SEC would probably only question the automated sales, which is what the appeal is mostly about. He thinks that this is the main goal of the SEC's appeal, which was made clear by lawyer Mark Fagel. He might, however, also include a challenge on fines and discouraging people to cross-appeal. Ripple needs to dispute the sales that institutions make to car clients. In its appeal, the SEC is going after Ripple. The main goal is to destroy the coin, which would be an act of hate right now. Many people may be in a lot of pain because they lost. They could, however, choose to make things even worse for Ripple. It's possible that they would try to get more money fines. But this wouldn't be the main point of the draw. Ripple and the Securities and Exchange Commission have been talking about how to appeal and possible ways to settle the case. A settlement might not be possible for the Securities and Exchange Commission, but it's still possible that one could be made. The idea of Ripple challenging the decisions that have been made against them is being talked about. The speaker is saying that they would have left things alone to keep this from happening. On this occasion, they could file a direct appeal, but it's also possible that they won't. Mark Fagel, a former lawyer for the Securities and Exchange Commission, has also given his thoughts on the terms of the deal that Ripple and the SEC have agreed to. Because they don't disagree about money, but about a court decision that the Securities and Exchange Commission thinks is wrong. There is no reason for him to think that a deal will be reached. The speaker agrees with the idea that the SEC is just a bunch of vengeful scoundrels who care more about attacking Ripple than about the money. Fagel also talks about the tour's ruling, which the speaker isn't sure is wrong because the SEC thinks it is wrong. Someone might be trying to win an argument by making crazy claims that you should accept. It doesn't make sense to think about peace in this situation, which is the same reason the speaker agrees with Fagel. One of the speakers wonders why the Securities and Exchange Commission would try to get Ripple to agree to anything by appealing, since they haven't been able to agree on anything else. It's not clear what the SEC's appeal is for, or what results are likely to happen. Within the context of the debate, which is mostly about the possible settlement between the two sides, the speaker says they are not sure how likely it is that Ripple and the SEC will come to an agreement. Attorney Fagel, who used to work for the Securities and Exchange Commission, replied that such findings don't make sense because they are just the first step toward weekly posts about private CC meetings. This has led a lot of people to make illogical guesses about how the case will turn out, which has nothing to do with Ripple. Along with Jung, another YouTuber added to the conversation by saying there is no reason to think this case will end in a settlement. Jung believes that the judge's decision is legally sound, but it is not what should have happened because Ripple is not like a stock debt or a normal asset. He thinks that it would be better to make new laws instead of appealing over and over again. Furthermore, the speaker says it is hard to refute the SEC's claims about selling Ripple in an investment contract, especially when customers don't know the company from which they are buying the coin. Because they know that people who buy XRP on the market without knowing anything about it don't know where it came from. That the SEC doesn't believe what they say about selling Ripple worries them. Regarding this case, Gary Gensler says there is a difference between not knowing the law and not liking it. He doesn't see how an appeal could change the outcome. It's not likely, but lawyer Fagel agrees that there are strong reasons to think again about the ruling. Also, he thinks that Congress should pass new laws if people want different rules for cryptocurrencies. Jung does agree that there are good reasons for reverse, though. Specifically, he doesn't trust the reasons the SEC has given for this case. This is true even though the person has doubts. He has read every argument the SEC has ever made because he has been paying close attention to the problem. The talk brought up the chance of a settlement, but Ripple is still pessimistic about how the case will turn out. They say that Congress should pass new laws to control cryptocurrency, and the Securities and Exchange Commission might be in charge of making sure that these rules are followed.